Food City Center is cooking in prime time on a Saturday night. So glad you can join us. Two rivals in the great state of Tennessee getting set to battle as the Volunteers rank 8th in the country tangle with Vanderbilt for the second time in 3 weeks. The SEC standings tell the story. Tennessee ever so close to that first place spot currently held by Alabama. And plenty of basketball left to be played in this incredible conference. Alongside of Pat Bradley, a.k.a. Shoot, I'm Roy Philpott. We got star power tonight. We got a great atmosphere tonight. And Dalton Connect's been one of the best players in college basketball this year.
And Dalton connects from everywhere on the court. Didn't take long for me to say that, did it? Unlimited three-point range. He is 40% from three-point land. What separates him is the 6'6" frame. He's got explosiveness. He's athletic. He's got the pull-up game. He can shoot over his defender. This guy will beat you anywhere on the floor. He's a scoring machine, and right now that's why he's in talk for SEC Player of the Year.
He is the front runner, according to Pat Bradley. I would agree, the 26 points per game in conference play, that leads the country for any player in any power conference league, and also shooting at 50%. Meanwhile, for Vanderbilt, Ezra Mignon coming off another heater, the game winner at Texas A&M. The Commodores have won 2 of their last 4. Similar to last season, playing their best basketball later in the year. They've got some work to do to try to spring the major upset on the road here tonight.
Well, what's important for Vanderbilt is who's going to be that third scorer. You got Ezra Mignon, you've got Tyron Lawrence. Evan Taylor has come on of late. Of course, Van Allen Lubin had a fantastic game in their last one, so they're going to need someone to step up to help those other two guards.
Vanderbilt controls the opening tip. 7-17, 2-9 in the SEC. Tennessee ranked 8th in the country. Forces an early turnover. Starting 5 for the Vols. Ziegler, Vescovy, James, Connect, and Adu. And the connection is made early for 3 and White.
Okay, that's 3-4 feet behind the three-point line, but Isaiah West has got to understand that's Dalton Connect. Can't give him any space.
Commodores have utilized 14 different starting lineups this season. Isaiah West makes start number 6. And Alan Lubin coming off 25 in the upset against Texas A&M. And the Commodores need a good start to have a chance here tonight. Ty Lawrence retreats. He's got to heave one. And connects from distance to tie us up at 3. And it was Lawrence who hit the game winner at the buzzer last year in Nashville.
And he's such a hard driving guard. He's got that nice little pull-up three-point shot, creates space very nice for himself.
You mentioned the third score. Safe to say Vanderbilt simply got to make shots and open looks tonight. Have a chance to duplicate what they did nearly a year ago. Tapped out. And it goes back to the doors.
We talk about right there, good penetration by Vescovy. And Connect, you see how deep he was, but you've got to understand he can shoot that way. And Tyron Lawrence got the mismatch right there, get the big man on him. A little hesitation, and it sort of just got his balance, right? A couple dribbles just to get into your shooting rhythm.
It's our first game you and I have worked together this year. I can already tell you're in postseason form.
I'm ready.
They were playing Inner Sandman about 5 minutes before tip. Everybody's got the glow sticks here in the arena. You saw it over on SEC Now. I mean, it is a fantastic atmosphere. Mignon, the turnaround, in and out, and the rebound claimed by Adu. And this Adu, third in the SEC in block shots per game coming in. James for 3, and that's a good sign for Tennessee, Josiah Jordan-James.
And you'll see Tennessee run. They run, makes or misses. They want to get out in transition, get your shooters to the corner. No hesitation right there, Triple J. He hesitated a little bit. I want to see him catch and shoot that. Be committed to it.
Question. Rick Barnes told us today Vanderbilt wants to utilize that clock, run their offense, and get a shot off with about 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Lawrence, an open look, this time off the back iron.
And what helps Tennessee in their transition is you've got multiple guys that can dribble, great passes, great vision. You got 3 point guards on the floor that have played point in Ziegler, Vescovy, and Triple J.
9th season on Rocky Top for Rick Barnes. 37th campaign overall as a head coach. And Lawrence steps out, will connect this time. Vescovy lost the handle for a moment. Finally reclaims it. Ziegler and Mignon, a great matchup in traffic, and this time it's Ziegler.
Vandy's defense has to respect the three-point line. You get those three shooters, Josiah Jordan-James, Connect, and Vescovi opens the lane for Ziegler.
Ball's coming off a win at Arkansas, an impressive victory. That's another three by Lawrence. 8-3 Tennessee, and here's Connect. Well, but the vision, Vescovi, wide open.
We're seeing they're getting up quality shots. We're talking 4 seconds up the floor they're able to get those quality shots. That doesn't happen if you're not sprinting without the ball to get to the three-point line.
Santiago now with 1,500 career points here in Knoxville. Tennessee a perfect start from the floor, 4 for 4. And that pass, Karam's out of bounds. Mignon tried to save it, would have been over and back either way. And a turnover for Vanderbilt.
Here's that great dribble penetration. Just see all 10 of Vanderbilt's eyeballs, right? All the black jerseys focus on Dalton Connect. All Vescovi and the other guys have to do is just find the open spot.
8-point advantage for number 8 Tennessee. Connect inside, picked up by Lawrence. Think about a double team. Josiah Jordan-James with the elbow J, and Tennessee still hasn't missed a shot.
Quality looks, Tyron Lawrence there. Second Vandy player to draw Dalton Connect, makes a good decision again.
Commodore's just the one field goal, the Ty Lawrence 3. Open again, this time from the wing. They do another rebound. You can feel the confidence, momentum for Tennessee already. James outside to Ziegler, another three, and the first miss, the rebound for Ty Lawrence. Alan Lubin against Adu, gives up some size and he gets rejected. Then Alan Lubin inside and a chance for three. So the foul on Adu, that'll be his first. And at 13-5, a much needed bucket for the road team. And coming up, Mignon Magic. Well, he did it in their last game and again last year against these same Vols.
Businesses go further with 5G solutions. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. PGA of America and T-Mobile are partnering on 5G-powered analytics to help improve player performance. T-Mobile's network helps AAA stay connected nationwide to get their members back on the road. And Las Vegas Grand Prix chose T-Mobile to help fuel operations for one of the world's largest racing events. Now is the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
Nothing works on this acne.
Hi.
Who?
I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology. Oh, I could just get a closer look. Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
When you live in SEC country, you see it, hear it, and feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. And there's no such thing as too much. As much as you celebrate the game, Regions celebrates your financial wins even more and helps you plan for the next one. Because in an SEC world,
I'll be right with you.
We're the SEC Bank.
Welcome to Regions. How can I help you?
Watch me.
5 minutes in, back on Rocky Top, an 8-point lead for Tennessee here at home against Vanderbilt. Pat Bradley, Roy Philpott. Ezra Mignon, a developing story for the Commodores once again. Go back to their last game at home, protecting the home court. Wasn't conventional, it wasn't normal, but he got it to go, and Mignon, trailing by one, delivered the goods, and Vanderbilt celebrating. Rightfully so, but it was a year ago. He dished out the dime to Tyron Lawrence, down by 2. That was the game winner. PB, you and I were there, had the angle to watch that shot go in. Some Memorial Gymnasium magic for the Commodores that night.
And those plays aren't possible if you don't have a great one-on-one player like Ezra. And he is one of the most difficult guys to guard one-on-one in the SEC. And what he does, too, he's an excellent job. He'll get in the lane, in the paint, and he'll pump fake those big guys and finish at the rim. For a small guy, he understands how to finish at the rim, use the pump fake. He finishes like Rod Strickland. Remember Rod Strickland? One of the
Knicks and the Spurs.
One of the great little man finishers the game has ever seen.
I like that comp.
Love Rod Strickland.
Lubin at the stripe, 77% this season. Mentioned the 25 in that win against Texas A&M. Get the bounce, James will track it down.
And we see Tennessee right now 3 of 4 from the three-point line, a couple of those in transition. But Vanderbilt, on that opening start of the game, they wanted to make sure Jonas Adu did not touch it because he has come along, and this guy is a real deal post player.
All right, you gave me a comp with Mignon. I'm curious to hear your comparisons for Dalton Connect because he's working his way into that NBA first-round draft conversation. He's working his way potentially to be a lottery pick.
Remember Rex Chapman? What about Rex Chapman? Tennessee fans are yelling at me right now.
Yeah.
Because he's a Kentucky guy.
They don't like those comparisons. Lawrence inside a strong finish, 15-7.
Well, you know, he's extremely athletic. Connect is.
Take a look at his current ESPN rank when it comes to draftable prospects at 18. I would say somewhere between 10 and 20 right now would be that sweet spot. And who knows what the NCAA tournament and what kind of opportunity that could provide for him. Wide open look here already with 5, in and out with a 3.
You see Vanderbilt pulling it out. Ezra, they want to run. Tennessee gets about 69 possessions a game. Vanderbilt's at about 64. So
Ziegler the steal. Off the Mignon turnover. The bounce pass. Waka in transition. And a chance for 3 for number 11 in white.
And he's come along. Great offensive rebound. A great big body, 6'8". You got to reward the big fella if he's going to run the lane for you. Ziegler doing a good job playing with his head up. And just that little inside-out move forced the defender, Tyron Lawrence, to defend Zakai, given the opening for that pass to Awaka for the finish.
And shooter, that was Tobe Awaka, 250, 6'8", coming at you. The full head of steam. That's a lot of man in motion under the bucket.
And think about whether or not you want to stand in front of him.
My answer would be no, an emphatic no. Ball's already with 8 points off of Vanderbilt turnovers.
Let's not forget Tennessee's defense. And always under Coach Barnes how good they are, and they're forcing Vanderbilt to, they're pushing their offense way outside that three-point line.
He's got caught in the air, found Mignon high off the glass. Not this time, Awaka clears.
Get an open Jordan Gainey waiting at the top of the key, too.
Gainey's had a couple of good weeks. Head coach Rick Barnes. The spin, the finish for Meshack.
Such a versatile player. Defensively, he can guard multiple positions. But when Zakai Ziegler was out, he was handling some point guard duties. He's improving his shot. We see the athleticism and strength going to the basket right there in that move.
Lead at 13 already for Tennessee. Two teams played 3 weeks ago. Vanderbilt got out to a good lead. It's a 9-point advantage right before halftime, but then Tennessee rallied and took control and won by 13.
Great spacing on the floor by the Tennessee Volunteers. Dalton Knick again. You always got to make sure you come over, help with him. Good decision. Just a simple game, right? Take what the defense is giving you. They want to take away Connect, obviously, so they're going to help out on him. Who's open?
I like it when you dull it down to simple game.
It's a simple game. Sometimes you overthink it.
It's funny, we always talk to coaches this time of year, and they talk about turnovers and defense and rebounding. We got to defend. We can't turn it over. We can't give up transition buckets. And then you always stop and say, Coach, you got to make shots. You got to make shots.
Got to make shots. And that's Well, Vanderbilt, we talked about Vandy. They will get good shots. You know, early in this game, they've got 4 turnovers. They've just have struggled to find consistency of guys throughout the season to make shots for them.
It's funny because Stackhouse and Rick Barnes are pretty good friends, and Rick Barnes said this week there's not a coach in the league that draws better shots and good looks for his team than what Stack does. They run such great stuff. There's NBA concepts. Vescovy open, and Tennessee getting outstanding looks early in the midst of an 8-0 run again.
Yeah, and Vandy, their offense, timing and spacing. And when you think about them, and this year they've got a young team, 10th youngest in the country, had some injuries. They hadn't really found that rhythm as a team for their offense.
And I mentioned the 14 different starting lineups this year. A lot of that due to injuries. Connect got trips. AQ Roberts, Jaqueline came out of there with it. Tassos Camateros got the start today. Vera Torres checks in for the first time.
Count that.
Bucket counts here, 23-7, and Tennessee on the move already.
Santiago Vescovy for 3. Tennessee up 23-9. Tennessee 4 of 6 from the 3-point line to start this.
The buzzer beater, that moment when time stands still. Our collective breath held as the ball hovers above the rim. But almost a third of those shots were set up by a passer who made the smart choice. Throwing an assist takes trust, IQ, and total confidence in your decision. And the greatest one? My pass to Leitner in '92 wasn't too bad. Continental, the smart choice in tires.
If you are not buying generic Viagra from Friday Plans, you are throwing money away. They are giving away 100 milligram generic Viagra for just 87 cents. Let me show you. First, go to getfridayplans.com and then you select why you need generic Viagra, the quantity you need, and the dosage. Then their system will see if you qualify. Give it a second to find the best deals, and boom, look at that. 87 cents for each 100 milligram tablet. The prescription and shipping are free. Go to getfridayplans.com and see for yourself.
Next season on Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
What's happening, Sheriff?
It's a transfer portal. It's out of control. We're losing our defense.
No! Not our starting quarterback! We need him! You can't leave! Our offense revolves around you!
Give me your other hand!
That's what Dr. Pepper is!
It's okay, I understand! You can't let go of your Dr. Pepper.
Absolutely not.
Quarterbacks are replaceable.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
During that official timeout, veteran officiating crew paced by Bart Lennox had a chance to look at that last sequence. The block was clean before it touched the backboard. No goaltending, take the bucket off. And an outstanding play right at the rack, PB. I don't know if you could time it out much better.
No, that was perfect timing. And those Tennessee's run and make or miss. But because they also got their defense could create steals, they get out and run, block shots, get out and run. And that's been the biggest thing for Tennessee, has been the transition.
Tobe Awaka mentioned A2, third in the SEC in blocks per game. Nice luxury to have to bring in 6'8", 250 off the bench, and guy that can jump out of the gym when called upon.
And how about this? 9 made field goals, Tennessee. 7 assists. Almost 100% assist rate.
You love that.
Oh, man, are you kidding? Well, yeah, I do. I love people extra pass.
Tennessee basketball, 7 times already for the Vols. It's been a wild day in the SEC. 4 games in the books. Got 3 more to go, including this one. And how about the comeback by LSU on the road in Columbia at South Carolina? Meshack the spin. It was a stunner. The guys were talking about it in between games. It just felt like South Carolina put it on cruise control. Then Jordan Wright got things going late on the road. Big win for LSU and second-year head coach Matt McMahon.
Yeah, he's a player that you can put the game on his shoulders and he can win it for you.
Jerry Stackhouse, year number 5, graduated from North Carolina, long career in the NBA. More on that in just a minute. His Commodores caught fire at the end of last season, just missed out on the dance Thought that team could have done some major damage. Liam Robbins, Jordan Wright was a part of that roster a year ago. Ty Lawrence, Ezra Mignon.
Well, you look at the guys he's got out there now. He's got 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a transfer guy in Evan Taylor. Great strong move by Awaka right there. So not only offensively, it's difficult to teach. You know, it takes time, timing, spacing on his offense, but defensively too. You know what I mean? It's. And unfortunately, they did lose Colin Smith to that Achilles injury. He was a big part of what they were doing early on in the season.
Free the hard way for Awaka. The foul was called on Carter Lang. And Tennessee in the midst of an 11-0 run. Pat, you're going to see more games like what we saw before this one, where teams ranked in the top 15, the team sneaks up on it, even on the road. Vera Torres for 3. Roberts clears. Strong offensive rebound. And a foul call. A late whistle, but the right call. Jason Rivera Torres to the free throw line.
And he's had some really good games. And, you know, just like any freshman, he's got to get his consistency. I think Coach Stack challenged him from the defensive standpoint. And really, you know, when you come in from high school to college, adjusting to the speed of the game.
How hard is that?
It's tough because there are certain things. Defending the three-point line, that was one of the best advice that I got from my AU coach, the great Leo Papil. He said, listen, you got to make sure defend the three-point line. Now, that's going to be the most important thing. If you can't do that, you're going to be in trouble. And we've seen Tennessee early on, they're getting, you got to, if you can, make them bounce it off the three-point line to get them moving, get them off their spot for Vandy's defense.
Vera Torres started SEC play with 20 points against Alabama. I mean, a fearless player, and at times that's also cost him. Turnovers. Calls nearly turn it over here. Comfortable advantage early at 18. Meshack rejected, and that was Lang that snuck in there.
Not afraid.
Nothing easy about that for 35 in black. Vanderbilt turns it over. Creeps up on you.
Jumped out of nowhere on him. Good press break here by Tennessee. Attack. When you see that press, how about that? Great time.
Four-star recruit, according to our guy Paul Bean Cardi at ESPN, the
Coach B,
godfather of college basketball recruiting, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. I remember back in the day when he was recruiting for Boston College.
Did he ever offer you a scholarship?
Nah, listen, I was a late bloomer, you know what I mean? He was focused on Scooney Penn and some of the other guys.
Jordan Gainey off the mark. Somehow saved. Brooks will get it back. New possession, 5 to shoot. Escovy, motion offense, outside to Gainey. And poked out by Adu, and a fresh 20 again. Corner 3. Barnes getting some of his reserves, some key minutes. He talked about that with us today. Look at Tennessee's non-conference schedule and some of the opponents. Going out west to Hawaii, playing North Carolina a few days after that return trip, but the competition was tough. It was elite, and a lot of his young players not able to get the kind of minutes he would like. Get him some here tonight.
Tennessee and Auburn, they have that ridiculous depth on their team. They've got bench scoring coming in, bench rim protection, rebounding.
Desperation heave, no, by Rivera Torres. Phillips will get it. Over to A2. Collision, no foul. But up and in by numero 0.
His left hand is fantastic. Great soft touch. He can go either way. And his production, he is just through the roof this season. He's improved every year. And he's dependable, man. You throw it to him on the post, it's game over.
Commodores have missed their last 5 in a row. Roberts will try to change that, and he cannot. Lang caught the air ball, fell down, and turned it over.
Good job by Santa. We talked about how Tennessee, see that, takes the contact, goes up strong, collects himself, gets his balance, finishes with the left. But Tennessee has multiple guys that Good decision makers, take care of the basketball, guys who are comfortable playing the point guard position. I mean, you got 3 right here who play point guard. Gainey can do that too.
Transfer from USC upstate. He's got the ball now, 2 in white.
His dad's on the coaching staff, and 2 can score it. Woo.
Absolutely. Vescovy, no, the tip in by Adu. I mean, Pat, we haven't even blinked, and this lead is already at 22.
Well, one of the things Coach Stack talked about was second chance points. Gave up 32 in the first meeting to Tennessee. On a night that wasn't a pretty game. Ooh. We never saw that move before.
And Young got it back. Vera Torres for 3. He fell down. A foul on the floor. Commodores have missed their last 7. Speaking of Coach Stack, well, happy birthday to Michael Jordan. He turned 61 today. How about Coach Stack one-upping the great MJ? We'll explain that coming up.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling straight to your door.
Nailed that fit.
Stitch Fix. Style you can feel.
The SEC and SEC Network thank our official corporate sponsors for their continued support of our student athletes during every championship season.
Core Civic prepares those in our care for what's next. Our chaplains help hundreds of people each year complete faith-based programs. We made it our policy to never lobby on sentencing laws. Every year, we help over 3,600 people earn high school diplomas and trade certificates. Core Civic helps people on their way back to a better life.
Hive is the sustainable marketplace that helps you make a positive impact on the planet. Support fair trade while sipping on coffee. Make a difference by simply making a sandwich. And help our communities by helping yourself to another bar of chocolate. Let's bring on social good by bringing home the groceries. To get started, take up to 20% off your order with code HAPPYPLANET. Visit hivebrands.com to buy what you believe in.
I can hear my man Ron Slay back in the studio right now saying, what are they talking about? Stackhouse one up in MJ, a 22-point lead for Tennessee back in Knoxville. I'm going to take you to Chicago, the United Center, where Michael Jordan played his basketball and won those 6 championships, the world titles. Guess who holds the single game record for most points scored in that arena to this very day? Stack poured in 57 back in 2001. 4 better than his North Carolina counterpart, MJ, and Bradley Beal on there as well with 53 points for the Wizards. And of course, on Michael Jordan's birthday.
Happy birthday, MJ.
Props to Jerry Stackhouse, who still holds that record. We're digging deep today, but that's what we do here in mid-February.
And he told us they needed every one of those points. He wasn't hunting points there. They needed all 57, and he didn't make a lot of threes in that game. Said he could have had 75.
He said he could have had 75.
Could have had 75. How about that?
In today's NBA, he would have scored probably 90. Mignon out of the timeout, short. Vanderbilt without a field goal in nearly 7.5 minutes now. Tennessee has put the clamps down.
Tennessee's defense, top 10 defense in the country. They've got guys, great defenders at every position, rim protection, guys like Zakai Ziegler get you 94 feet, chest to chest, get you out of your offense. We've been talking so much about their offense. Forget how good they are defensively.
Beside Jordan James, that's a 3. Vescovy tried to claim the rebound, could not. Lubin can for Vanderbilt.
See if Vandy King gets up early in the offense, because it is not easy to score against Tennessee's defense when there's when they're set in that half court.
All smiles for Zakai Ziegler. You mentioned the defense. I mean, you expect that from a Rick Barnes coach Tennessee team.
Always physicality, at every position physical. You know, you can have some, and they don't have as much size, obviously. Adu, legit 7-footer, but, you know, 6'8", Awaka.
When he foul on Lawrence, he bumped Connect trying to break through that screen.
Perimeter guys are physical. Vescovi's a physical player.
Do you feel like this year with Connect and his 26 points per game in conference play, translate that to March, that maybe they have one more weapon on offense where they can avoid some of those dry spells that may have plagued Tennessee in previous tournaments?
Well, the thing, too, him being on the court, right? We saw how Vandy's defense pays, right? They're paying attention to him everywhere he goes and sending a guy at him.
Ziegler for 3.
Opens it up for other guys.
17 points for Tennessee off of 8 Vanderbilt turnovers. And there was a foul called right after that 3 splash home, 33-8.
After the shot.
Yeah, and it's been
Foul on Jordan Williams is first.
Jordan Williams picked up the personal. Bucket is good for the time being.
I think there was a little skirmish possibly after that.
Well, these two teams don't like each other. They're from the same state. We were talking previously, and you said, does Tennessee consider Vanderbilt a rival? My answer to that was probably not. They've won 130 games overall in the series. And Vanderbilt certainly thinks of Tennessee in that light.
No doubt.
But there's some chippiness that occurs when you got 2 in-state teams going toe-to-toe for the second time in 3 weeks. All right, tell me what you see here.
That's on the offensive rebound. Jordan Williams, former football player. He was a safety in high school. Kid's got some physicality to him.
Your preparation knows no limits, by the way.
Oh,
I mean, not only did you know that coming in to shoot around this morning, you asked Jordan about his high school football career.
He was the MVP of the game.
I was blown away by that conversation. Adu off the lob and the flush.
Got exactly what they wanted on that switch.
That's a 5-point possession right there for the Vols.
Yeah, and that's a, you know, you want you guys to be physical, but not to the detriment of the play.
Taylor in and out. Lubin on the offensive glass, up and in, and a big bucket for Vanderbilt.
I like Lubin, active player. He can score on the block. We saw him earlier get his shot blocked, but he's very consistent. He's good 15 feet and in.
Jordan Gainey bottled up. Williams had got there. Gainey open from the corner. A few threes that has not dropped for Tennessee so far. Williams still built like a football player.
Yeah, he really is. But you see how the kind of pressure that Tennessee puts on you in that perimeter. And they don't, you know, Adu's such a good defender. You don't have to send anyone to help. Just play it honest straight up.
Here's Connect, the step back 3. James the rebound. In traffic over Mignon. Gainey for 3. A good box out by Mignon against Josiah Jordan James. Really sent him out of bounds. Point lead, 15 minutes in. Lawrence up and in.
And I mean, Zakai Ziegler did everything he could to get through that screen. Tyron Lawrence has to get past him. Got a nice little soft shot over Jonas Adu. He's a hard driver, good finisher. Tyron Lawrence, tough kid.
Lawrence, one of those few players these days that signed with the school, stayed with the school. Now a senior in Nashville, and he has had his fair share of incredible performances. We talked about the game last year between these two in Music City. Timeout called. What is Rick Barnes telling his team after a couple of buckets now by Vanderbilt?
Well, I think you got to expect that from Tyron Lawrence, and we know Vanderbilt throughout the course of the game, they're going to create shots for themselves. They're going to create open shots. They've got a ton of different sets. One thing that they do, you see the high ball screen there, but they have a lot of great movement on either side, right? Nobody stands still. And so, you know, Coach Barnes going through it, help maybe a little bit quicker, especially on Tyron Lawrence, because when he turns that corner, he is tough to stop. So don't allow him to turn that corner. Make somebody else beat you. How many times have we said, it's been Magnon and Lawrence every game for Vandy. Make somebody else make a shot other than those two.
Yeah, those are the two powering Vanderbilt so far, but still trailing big early. Rick Barnes was in a, let's say, surprisingly good mood talking to us last 2 days, but really good mood.
Good defense.
Waka off the mark, yeah.
Hey, you're not suggesting he's mellowed out recently, yeah?
I'm going to suggest that and then also tell you that I have the ability to retract that comment later on. I think he was confident coming in. Lubin off the mark. Waka the rebound. But I mean, we've heard stories, and I've seen it early in the year where he would get after DK Dalton Connect, making sure that, he's dotting I's and crossing T's. James from downtown. And another three for Tennessee. It'll be their 6th of the first half.
Great ball fakes by Vescovi. And then one drill puts it on the floor, and you're playing now at an advantage. Makes the correct decision again to a wide open three-point shooter.
James already with 8. The bump by Vescovi. Just scored his 1,500th career point. The lead at 26, and Tennessee must have been watching that Texas A&M game. They were ready for Vandy.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Well, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough?
I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus and got to choose my plan.
Yes, we don't make you sign up for the top tier plan to get our best deal.
I still haven't gone. I subscribed to get a deal.
We know.
Get the newest Galaxy on us with any of our best plans, guaranteed.
I want something fun, still professional, something professionally fun.
It's okay to be particular.
Not too medium, more rare than medium, but still medium rare.
Especially when it comes to your insurance.
We need policies that
help cover your house, cars, boat, and provide peace of mind.
Yes.
Exactly.
With Shelter Insurance, our agents help you design a plan that's particular to you. For insurance that fits just right, find a Shelter agent near you. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
When is a basketball more than a basketball? When it connects a wide-eyed kid to life-changing coaches, mentors, and medical care. Becomes a passport to see the world and an opportunity to build a name into a brand. Helps a player with potential turn a scholarship into a college degree. And start life after basketball debt-free. For college athletes, a basketball just means more.
What's up, y'all? Coming up at half, I'll show you a wild one down in the jungle. And how about LSU and that comeback against South Carolina? Ron Slay, what are we seeing?
Listen, all I'm noticing, the energy was crazy. It's a rivalry. VOLS, go Vols, go is what's happening. Domination in the paint, PY.
What he said.
We'll see.
Go, shoot on! Shoot on!
Somebody tell Ron Slay no cheering in the press box. You know what I mean?
You think Slay will give us the code to the boom boom room out here in Knoxville? He says he won't let me in last time.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't let you in either, but maybe he'll give it to me.
Yeah, he's got to be a
38-12. Pat Bradley, Roy Philpott, Peter Burns, I'm sure, was pretty riled up after that LSU comeback. And again, it's hard once you get near the top to stay near the top. They talk about getting at the top and how difficult it is for South Carolina, a team that was picked dead last in the preseason poll by the media. They rose up to number 11. Tough road loss at Auburn. No shame in that. Today at home, you want to bounce back. They look really solid for 35 minutes. And then here comes LSU.
Well, both two coaches, second year in the league, both coaches identified what they needed in the transfer portal. They went and got it. Those guys fit together. That's the good side of the transfer portal. When you bring in older guys that mesh together, South Carolina, LSU's got really two good transfers, and Jalen Cook and obviously Jordan Wright.
I think Florida falls into that category this year. They've won 8 of 9 all of a sudden.
And, we're looking at a Tennessee team that obviously has maybe the best transfer in the country, Dalton Connect. and also a great one in Gainey, but they brought back so much too. You get the perfect combination for Tennessee.
Shot clock under 5. Mignon against Ziegler. Great matchup again. And Tyron Lawrence at the buzzer. Never hit the rim, and that's a shot clock violation.
So what you see here is Tennessee is so good on the ball, right? Therefore you don't need help. So your defense now doesn't have to rotate. And if it does, you see Zakai Ziegler, when he gets back to the shooter, gets his hand in his face, forces a tough shot. Or a contested three-point shot at the buzzer.
Guys will be talking about Kentucky and Auburn at halftime. Connect inside. Be talking about the front runner, the MVP race in the SEC. In DK, he's got 7 first-half points. If I gave you the score of that game right now, I think you would be surprised. In the jungle, Big Blue Nation out in front by 10. Wow. Just underway in Auburn. Can't wait to hear Slay, Patrick Young, everybody talk about it. We'll see. Boom, boom room to follow. Shot clock again down to 5. And Yon elbow, high arcing shot drops.
Tennessee's offense, they were one of the best at setting hard screens, hard curls, hard cuts. Everything they do is physical. Great read by Vescovy. Saw the defender going under the screen, so he just flares out.
Waka just picked up his second. 15 foul on Tennessee in the half. 2:31 remaining. Score tells the story. Tennessee road trip coming up, midweek game against Mizzou. Waka gets a breather. I did think it was I don't want to use the word softer Rick Barnes. He wouldn't like that, but he was waxing poetic, as he typically does with us pregame, about a number of topics, looking at college basketball overall. He mentioned he has a different perspective these days when it comes to officiating because he's a part of the rules committee. He said that's kind of calmed him down a little bit. Stackhouse would disagree. He had a technical foul in the first meeting. Rick Barnes did. The game was never the same. The Euro, the foul, and the basket. Did they count it? I believe so. And Dalton Connect will shoot one.
You get the steal. You push the ball, and again, you've got multiple guys on the floor, 4 guys who can lead the break for you. But it's also key to have your wings run.
PB, that may be the quietest three-point play I've ever heard because nobody in the arena realized that the basket counted.
It was just so quick, 2 seconds up the floor. The other thing Coach Barnes talked about was, you know, you got to know when to push the button on your team. You don't want to wear them out. You want to sort of, you know, just pushing them. And that's, I think, learning and progressing, figuring out how to deal with your team. Each team is a little bit different.
Amateros banks home a 3. He'll tell you about it afterwards.
Yeah, I like it. Now that's another guy. He's got the ability to make three-point shots. He's going to get some good looks.
Ziegler, the answer. That barely grazed the net. It was so pure. 7 threes in the first half for number 8 Tennessee. Mignon a spin, a no-look dish. Isaiah West thinking about it, and an offensive foul. And for West, that is his 3rd. Number 4 in black with 3 early fouls, making his 6th career start tonight. Freshman out of Springfield, Tennessee. Jerry Stackhouse, always dapper, always ready to roll. His team surprised a couple of squads so far this year, but not nearly at the same level as what we saw last season. And a young roster, as you mentioned too, Pat.
It is, and you have really 2 good veteran guards in Mignon and Lawrence.
And freshmen and sophomores everywhere around them.
Yeah, so the health issue, you haven't really had the same rhythm of 5 guys on the court at the same time.
Lubin, spin that one in somehow. 28% from downtown this year. Under a minute to go in the half. Half that has been dominated by Big Orange. Adu. And James snuck in there for the easy tip. He's in double figures.
Again, that's another opportunity on the offensive glass. Tennessee averages 12 per game. At 6 now. Seems like they've had more than that.
It does.
A couple of tip backs, stick backs.
James a steal. Shot clock is off. Ball's aiming for half 100 in the first half. Ziegler, nasty crossover. Vescovi for 3. 51-20, and number 8 Tennessee with a flex in the first half here in Knoxville.
Can you tell that these guys have played a lot of games together? Zakai Ziegler know exactly where Vescovi is going to be and exactly where he wants him.
It is the largest halftime lead for Tennessee in SEC play. 51-20 as we get you. Ron Slay, Peter Burns, Patrick Young. Gentlemen.
Is that Josh Heupel's offense right there? 51-20. That escalated awfully quickly. Are you okay over there, Patrick Young?
I'm trying to understand the stat line here.
It's a whooping. That's what it was. Just throw it away right now. Slay. What was that?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what it was. It's Tennessee. Their attention was grabbed by what Vanderbilt did to Texas A&M.
Fair.
If you want to come out here and play around and you think they won't go out and go as hard as they can and play for Coach Stackhouse, you were sadly mistaken. So with you coming off, you need to take care of this game versus Missouri, Arkansas, and also Vanderbilt, the games ahead, in order to go climb up and get that first place mark, and also get some running time for the guys as your reserves.
There's got to be some record or something that we're going to see by the end of this game, because I don't think I've seen a stat line like this. You know, Vanderbilt has 13 turnovers.
Yeah.
And Tennessee has 27 points off of those turnovers.
With 2 turnovers
here in the first half here.
It's not good. It's the second fewest amount of points scored by an SEC team in a half. I believe South Carolina scored 17 or so against Alabama in that second half of that game. But right now, this is playing like a 1 seed. I mean, they're in the mix.
I was going to say, what would the conversation for us be like if this was a closer game? We would say, oh man, I'm not sure if Tennessee really does deserve to have that 1 seed, but. The picture, and again, this is at home. I want to see Tennessee do this in a neutral site on the road. Obviously, you're not going to blow anybody out on the road in a setting like this in the SEC, but this is a great place to be.
All right, it's home field, home court advantage right now, not only just for Tennessee. Let's go ahead and show you how about in Coleman Coliseum. The GOAT is in the house. Oh, look, Coach Nick Saban is there as well, too. Terry Saban's the GOAT, man. She is awesome. Our new ESPN co-worker, Nick Saban. How about Aaron Estrada? Corner 3 is good. 1 of 583 three-pointers, I believe, Alabama made, Patrick, in this game.
Coach Saban has to like all these three-pointers as well. This has to remind him of something.
Well, the good news is it's kind of like when Tua and that 2020 offense they had. The good news is when you have that many threes, you could just leave early because the game's no longer in hand, and that's probably what Coach Saban did. Yeah, 100-75, a no-doubter for the Crimson Tide. It looked like it was going to be a no-doubter for South Carolina. They were up as many as 16 on LSU. We'll get into that in a little bit later. But how about Florida and Georgia? What'd you make of that ball game there, Slay?
I love what Florida was able to do. They were able to come out and get other guys to help out on this team. You're used to the guards doing it, but the bigs coming off the bench gave them a lot of production.
Yeah, the key to Florida coming back and winning this game was weathering that punch that Georgia's going to throw out at you. The fact that they were able to stay within the game, then Georgia got cold, were able to find some offense from Haupt, from Condon, from Zion, pulling as always.
They had some success. Triple J, Josiah Jordan-James was having some success as well in that first half. Just the ball movement was ridiculous. Felt like Globetrotter type stuff. 51-20, all balls in the first half.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Here's Liz, whose bladder leaks drop in uninvited. But instead of period pads, she brought Poise Ultra Thin. so she can bounce on with clean, dry, fresh protection from Poise.
Having health insurance is important. So if anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up. Check the mail for your renewal form. Complete the form. And mail it back right away so you don't lose your coverage. If you do lose your coverage, visit healthcare.gov to see if you're eligible to enroll in a low-cost, quality health plan. Healthcare.gov.
The University of Tennessee is on the rise, lighting the way in everything we do, from theater to supply chain management to advanced materials, creating leaders in the field, on the field, and in every field. The best way to rise is to lift others up and reach for the summit together. It takes each one of us giving our all. It takes a volunteer.
Our national nightmare is over. Ghosts is back with all new episodes.
I wasn't sleeping because of my sleep apnea, which I assumed I'd get rid of when I died, but I didn't, so I'm always a little tired.
I always forget how pungent that wolf urine is.
It's my ghost power.
Holy guacamole!
Can you please stop swearing cleanly?
A new Ghosts, Thursday at 8:30, 7:30 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
American Idol is about trying to find the heroes of hometowns, and an audition that stands out is Abby.
I'm the second oldest of 7 kids. My mom's a single mom. To be able to help, I ended up dropping out of high school, walking into the audition room. I absolutely want to make my mom proud.
She's top 10, right?
That may be the winner of American Idol.
Dr. Martin Luther King sacrificed his life to make the world a better place.
Our world needs love. He spread love, and hopefully we can continue to spread his message.
Thank you for all that you've done to set the tone. We wouldn't be where we are today without your fight and tenacity.
LSU, South Carolina, Gamecocks right now 13-1 at home. They have been incredible. Matt McMahon and his squad looking to play spoiler. Remember, South Carolina lost by 40 last time we saw them. They were up by as many as 16, but late into this game, Jalen Reed ties up B.J. Mack, possession arrow to LSU.
Huge.
9 seconds left. Patrick, how about this play by Jordan Wright?
Oh, man.
Right call?
Oh, yeah, right call. If it's not a jump ball, then it has to be a foul. His arm was definitely in there.
Jacoby Wright, opportunity to step back to win it. No! LSU, the largest road-ranked comeback in over a decade. How about the Jungle? Going up on a Saturday, Kentucky visiting Auburn. College Game Day was there earlier today. Ron Slay. This team is a little bit different when Edwards is in there.
Yes, it is. And when they're battling like this, going downhill and not playing with step backs and all of this stuff, they're a different team.
I mean, this place is just frantic right now.
Ooh. Look at the Jungle.
It's going wild, but Kentucky has to feel good about it. 26-15, just 27% from the field for the Auburn Tigers in this game. Am I wrong or, well, normally I am wrong, but how wrong am I in saying that Auburn looks almost too hype? I mean, we saw Bruce Pearl losing his mind in the locker room beforehand. Is that something into this first half right now?
Rightfully so, though. We've been talking about this game since Wednesday. So just imagine where the players are looking to play spoiler against Kentucky coming in there trying to get it together.
Yeah, I mean, it's two polar opposite scenarios here. One team coming off of 3 home losses, one team coming off of a huge win. What is the mindset here? Obviously, this game means so much more, I would say, for a Kentucky team that's trying to prove they're going to make a tournament run than an Auburn team that's saying, hey, we think we at home we have this in the bag, but so far
Kentucky doing a great job not settling for threes either. They're getting points in the paint, 2 for 6 from 3. I live with this.
Right now you see Kentucky up 12, a nice dozen right there on the road. Actually, they just cut that to 10. Tobey Awaka, get it to him.
Run, big fella, run, big fella.
There it is. Solid bucket. They're up by 31 at the break.
I'm a guy who lost a bet and my dignity.
Get out of the way!
As if watching my team lose wasn't punishment enough. What are you looking at, huh? What are you? It's a 1-speed. And if you have cut rate car insurance, odds are you'll be paying for that yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me. Hey, I'm walking here.
Oh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi.
Who?
I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology.
Oh, I could just get a closer look.
Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
If you are not buying generic Viagra from Friday Plans, you are throwing money away. They are giving away 100 milligram generic Viagra for just 87 cents. Let me show you. First, go to getfridayplans.com and then you select why you need generic Viagra, the quantity you need, and the dosage. Then their system will see if you qualify. Give it a second to find the best deals, and boom, look at that. 87 cents for each 100 milligram tablet. The prescription and shipping are free. Go to getfridayplans.com and see for yourself.
We choose the challenging path. Ever forward. It begins with hard work and humility, and the courage to fail.
Let's go!
Strengthened by our community, we make each other better. There are no shortcuts on a lifelong journey. At Vanderbilt, we dare to grow.
Are you ready? Lady Vols taking on Shea Rouse, Vanderbilt Commodores. That'll be a good game. We saw Vandy get that big win against Joni Taylor's Texas A&M squad in the middle of the week. Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. You know it's a big rivalry game when you bring out the big halftime acts right there. How about that?
Oh, snap.
That looks like ACL issues left and right.
The dog got the ankles taped though, PB. Look at it, check him out.
That is true.
That's protection.
Impressive. 51-20
wow.
and impressive. That's awesome. What?
I have so many questions.
There's a reason why it's called a possession. It's not just who has the ball, but the opportunity. From Lexington to Nashville to Columbia, possession means this moment has your name on it. All you have to do is take it. So be ready and don't miss your shot. Pfizer and the SEC are teaming up to remind fans that updated COVID-19 shots are available. Learn more and find a vaccine option at schedulecovidvax.com.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
You Jimmy's John still waking up early, slicing veggies and meats by hand?
Pathetic.
Only details that matter are green, real dough, not that fresh baked stuff.
It is good bread.
Get that away from my money.
Fresh baked bread at Jimmy John's.
When are sports more than sports? When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
My breast cancer diagnosis was a shock. That's when I found the Outcomes for Me app.
You need to be informed in order to make the right decision.
You can regain some form of control.
Our oncologist-approved, easy-to-use app gives you personalized treatment options, tools to manage your care, and more to help you take control.
technology like this puts more power in the patient's hands.
Founded by doctors and used by over 100,000 patients, download the Outcomes for Me app today.
Hive is the sustainable marketplace that helps you make a positive impact on the planet. Support fair trade while sipping on coffee. Make a difference by simply making a sandwich. And help our communities by helping yourself to another bar of chocolate. Let's bring on social good by bringing home the groceries. To get started, take up to 20% off your order with code HAPPYPLANET. Visit hivebrands.com to buy what you believe in.
That's the second largest lead at halftime in conference play for Tennessee in the last 28 years. 31-point advantage at 51-20. Back here in Knoxville, and number 8 Tennessee playing like a top 5 team right now. The Vols were impressive in that first half. Pat Bradley, Roy Philpott, Shuda, what did we see? What do you think happened those first 20 minutes outside of the obvious?
Well, they were able to connect from downtown. Yes. Think about what they did from the three-point line. And what I appreciate about it most is they've had 16 assists on 20 made buckets. I was told there'd be no math. However, that's an 80% assist rate. They're number 20 in the country at 60%. So they shared the ball, got it to the open guy. The result was 8 made threes.
Josiah Jordan-James, 10 points, 5 boards. Also a significant contributor. Points off of turnovers, a major plus for Tennessee. As we take a look at our confident play brought to you by Regions. And you see the turnovers, that's one story, 13-2. Points off of turnovers, that's 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals, according to my football arithmetic. And a 27-0 shutout. You're talking about 9 innings somewhere, so that's impressive.
Well, 8 have come from your backcourt, Vandy's backcourt. You know, that's, you know, you put the ball in those guys' hands and you trust them to get you a good shot and take care of the basketball. And we know Tennessee is so good at getting out in transition, steals, blocks. They're out there a couple seconds. That's how they're getting so many open good looks as well.
South Carolina had a 16-point second-half lead against LSU at home earlier today. Tigers came back to win it. Josiah Jordan-James now with 13. He's starting to heat up to begin this second half. Different story, down 31. Against a Tennessee team that has been lights out defensively, seems like for the last decade. Lee Presley on the floor, 13 in black. Now Tyron Lawrence. Moving around to Lubin, outside to Mignon, not a three-point specialist. Pump fake for Lubin, in and out.
And it's so hard to penetrate that Tennessee defense. That when you get the opportunity to get a 15-footer like that, you got to take advantage of it.
Adu, left-handed jump hook, no, and foul over the back. As Carter Lane claimed the rebound, the second on Adu. Jonas Adu, his production has really been on the up and up. You compare to his previous seasons here on Rocky Top, numeral 0. That point production has essentially doubled, more than doubled from a year ago, and rebounds per game nearly 8 per contest. It's a major factor for head coach Rick Barnes.
Being at practice yesterday and getting a chance to watch them.
Lubin from downtown
starting to heat up. Their practices, they're so deep. 5-on-5 scrimmages is like playing against another SEC team. So that iron sharpens iron deal with Jonas Adu going against a Waka every day making both of them better players.
Adu on cue, and he's got 8.
And also some of the big men, big Euros, Plakcic from last year, the guys that he's had to battle against over the last 3 seasons. Adu has improved every year.
Ty Lawrence a step back from the elbow. Pops out to connect. Head to Ziegler, that's another 3, and it's good. Tennessee with 10 threes on just 19 attempts. And Ziegler with 11.
Not like those home rims. They've always been great shooting rims here in Knoxville.
Yeah, I asked you how you performed in this arena, because if you step into it for the first time, it's spacious. There's a lot of real estate behind those clear backboards. And that can create a problem at times, those cavernous arenas. But for you, you said you liked it here.
I liked it here. We lost twice, 96 and 98.
Look at the fans chuckle at that. Laying inside the flush.
You lost twice. Yeah. Again, that transition. Multiple guys can start the transition. Zakai sprints, flattens out the defense. Great advance pass by Dalton Connect.
Zakai Ziegler leads the SEC in assists at 5.6 per game. That Iron connects. A do over the back, and that'll be his third. So Jonas Adu with 8 points, 6 rebounds tonight, and 3 personal fouls.
Vandy's D got fortunate there going under the screen on Dalton Connect. And listen, he's such a good offensive player. He knows how to counteract whatever it is you do. You go under the screen, over the screen. You know, he's going to curl like he did in the first half, got him a dunk. But that was a wide open look. It's normally knocked down by him.
Tyron Lawrence will feed Lubin and Van Allen outside to Mignon. Rotation is there, and Lawrence comes up empty. Fundamentally sound rebound by James. Those arms extended. The 3 on the other end is off the left side. 59-25, 3.5 minutes into our second half. Lubin left open. Vescovi, the rebound. Thiago gets an open look, and he drains one. 11 of 22 from downtown. Vescovi now with 12.
As well as Tennessee is shooting the ball, as well as they are moving the basketball from side to side, advance pass, you got to identify the shooters out there. And it's just, that's the kind of stuff that Coach Stackhouse is looking, saying, fellas, man, you leave a guy wide open. Vescovi's had over 300 made three-point shots in his career.
Waka rejected by Lang after the bucket by Mignon. Here's Malik Presley. He was clipped on the way in.
Now the freshman has some really good moments. And here it is, Tennessee transition. We talked about it. You don't identify the shooters. Protect the rim, but get out on the shooters. Tennessee, 62-27.
Watch me.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Well, you know, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough?
I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus and got to choose my plan.
Yes, we don't make you sign up for the top tier plan to get our best deal.
I still haven't gone. I subscribed to get a deal.
We know.
Get the newest Galaxy on us with any of our best plans, guaranteed.
The if in life, it's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends, if you can keep an eye on your money along the way, if you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings, when you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regions Bank embrace the if in life.
In December 1968, Leonard George and Willie Jackson became the first 2 African-American athletes to receive football scholarships at Florida. Jackson was a leading voice for the civil rights movement on campus, and George returned to the university in 1978 as one of the school's first black law students. SEC Network honors Leonard George and Willie Jackson and celebrates Black history always.
And allow us to take a moment and recognize those who broke barriers. Wade Houston, first black head basketball coach in the SEC on the men's side, first hired here in Knoxville back in 1989. 2 postseason appearances in 90 and 92. And of course, also the father of the great Allen Houston, Tennessee's all-time leading scorer, number 20, hanging in the Raptors. February Black History Month. We honor those that help break those barriers. And Wade Houston, his son Allen, one of the great shooters. Of course, he signed that $100 million contract, was one of the first to do that in the NBA. And Chris Lofton came in and broke a lot of his records after the fact shooter. We were talking about it, but Wade Houston, the first black head basketball coach, men's side here in the SEC.
Yeah, that's great that we get to honor him. And you talked about Chris Lofton. Shattered the three-point record, 431. Yeah, Allen Houston, those Knicks teams they were never able to get through MJ and the Bulls. There were some great teams.
Just remember his shot that he hit, I believe it was the 99 Eastern Conference Finals against #1 seed Miami Heat. It went off the back rim, and it's either game 5 or game 7, and then carry him down, and the Knicks end up winning. And Allen Houston was on top of the universe at that time. The foul was called on Ziegler. That's his second. Pat Bradley, Roy Philpott here in Knoxville. The score tell you everything you need to know so far. It has been a Tennessee three-point fest to begin. A 13-point win by the Vols in Nashville 3 weeks ago. Different story tonight. Alan Lubin with 25 against A&M travels here. 2 in black turns it over.
And you see just the discipline of Tennessee's defense. Understands Awaka. Play him one-on-one. Play him straight up and honest. No need for help to create now rotation and an open jumper for Vandy.
Balls with 11 threes tonight. Points off of turnovers have been incredibly favored in the side of the team in white and orange.
Another example, Dalton Connect. Moving without the basketball, using that screen. Catch. He's athletic enough to jump that fadeaway, strong fadeaway over just about any defender that's guarding him.
Shooter, we haven't talked a lot about Connect tonight because Tennessee hasn't needed him to do probably as much as it will need him to do down the stretch. But you talk to the staff and Rick Barnes, and Connect is a gym rat. He lives in the gym. After their loss to South Carolina here in this building a couple of weeks back, he scored, 32? And he comes out afterwards getting up shots all night long. He was the first in the gym today, some 2 hours before tip, getting up shots, deep threes, and elbow jumpers everywhere.
Everything. And what's special about what Tennessee is doing is they have guys, Vescovy, Ziegler, Josiah Jordan-James, that were obviously proven players and scorers and shooters. So for him to come in and now they accept him and the talent that he is and allow him to be the scoring machine that he is, it's a very unselfish team, and that's going to help them in the tournament.
And perhaps a hidden component of what this championship recipe could look like. Connect again, and
just from the different side of the floor. 2 plays in a row. Nice little tight curl.
Hey, a quiet 14 on the board for number 3.
He does it from so many different areas of the floor.
But I think to your point, when you think about a player like Vescovy, Mignon, wide right, Connect clears. It's a player that was preseason all SEC. He's averaging about 7.5 points per game. I mean, I don't want to say he's taken a back seat, but he has not been as aggressive, perhaps, as Tennessee fans would have thought he would need to be this year.
Sure.
And it feels like he's been okay with that, but would it shock you if he went for 25 in the first or second round of the NCAA tournament?
Right, exactly. And to me, he's always been a facilitator, just a great shooter who is a facilitator.
Meshack wide open. Owaka lost it to Presley. Lee Presley thought about a 3, pass Connect, and was bumped along the way. That's the first on Dalton.
Good looking freshman, Malik Presley, getting some good minutes. And that's some great experience for the younger players for Vanderbilt. We talked about, they've got multiple freshmen, sophomore guys that you got to play minutes. You got to play game minutes. It's the only way you're going to get better, get experience, and grow as a player.
Connect gets a breather. You wonder how many more minutes we will see him on the floor tonight with this 66-28 advantage. Rivera Torres on the floor again for head coach Jerry Stackhouse. He'll launch a 3. That's from the corner, and it's well short. When you look at the top of the SEC standings right now, you got Alabama up there, you got Auburn, you got Tennessee. What's important from your perspective these next couple of weeks to figure out who's going to emerge from these packs of teams. And South Carolina, if you missed it, upset at home today by LSU by 1. An incredible comeback by the Bayou Bengals. But Bama, Auburn, Tennessee, who do you like coming down the stretch? What's going to be critical for these teams, in your opinion?
Well, I think guard play. You know, if you look at some of their schedules, where they're going to be playing those games, just because of how difficult it is to get wins on the road, as you see in this environment right here. Auburn's depth is about as good as anyone's in the country, and they've got 10 guys, but they have 2 at every position, as Coach Seth Greenberg likes to say, is like Noah's Ark. They got 2 of everything.
Well,
right?
They're 2 deep everywhere.
Right, but what the great thing about it is, like, their 2 point guards give you something different. They're not the same, Holloway and Donaldson, right? They're both effective, but they do it in different ways. So many different looks. Alabama, their offense, they've put up 100 points 8 times this season,
including today against A&M.
So, and I texted with Coach Oates, because I played on a team in '98 where we did it 7 times. I said, Coach, don't even think about it. You guys are going to do that. And then he does it again. But so that high-flying offense, especially at home, is tough to deal with. And of course, we all know Kentucky, the talent that they have. It's just, the thing about Kentucky is they can just get a couple of stops, right? You don't have to turn into all of a sudden Tennessee's defense. Just figure out how to get a couple of stops, and that is the difference in being able to go deep into the tournament.
They've done it so far today down in the jungle. Cameron Carr on the floor for the first time for Tennessee. 43 and white.
NBA talent. Really talented.
Torres, all about the step back, 2 to shoot.
Father played in the NBA, Chris Carr.
J.Q. Roberts was fouled on the freshman board. Will shoot 2 when we come back. The lead at 40. 11:43 remaining in Knoxville.
Thanks everyone, especially Vicky. She's been with us since the beginning and saved us enough on our insurance to help us open our 2nd location.
Auto Owners offers a variety of discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance because they think the more you protect, the more you should save.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Vicky.
That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners makes sense for you.
Who are you talking to anyway?
It's a commercial.
We're lucky to have this team working for us. Our therapists give their all each day by helping those who need it most. We take great pride, not just in the job our team does, but in them as people, our people. And while we're in the business of taking care of others, it's important our therapists know that with benefits from Principal, they're taken care of too.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Peter Burge, Ron Slay with a little studio update. How about Rob Dillingham? He is a bucket, Slay.
Off either foot, unorthodox scoring at its finest.
37-27, one more. Getting it going. Looking like Pat Bradley, the shooter. Pat Bradley, how did you get that belt, my friend?
Oh, the belt. The belt. Yes, I'll get you one. I get a handmade leather belt from a buddy of mine, Hug Walla. It's a shooter on it.
Love it. The lead at 40. Tennessee fans love this, and they love what Joe Lunardi is telling us right now as well. Tennessee, the highest projected seed in the NCAA tournament, according to Joey Brackett's. A 2 seed. The NCAA big reveal earlier today also had Tennessee as a 2 seed, and I believe number 6 overall. Bama and Auburn right there at 3 and 4. South Carolina, that number 6 line could change after that upset loss to LSU. And there's Kentucky. And shooter, the one team we haven't mentioned today, Todd Golden, and the Florida Gators. Don't look now. Florida's won 8 of 9. And they're knocking on the door maybe of a special season. And they get Alabama a couple of times late in the regular season. So let's see what that team could have in store.
And, you know, the games that Florida has been winning, right? They win by 2 against LSU. Back-to-back overtime wins for Florida against Georgia and at Kentucky. So they're able to win close games, right? We know they're physical. Clayton Jr. is playing as good as any guard in the entire league. But another second-year coach that came in and identified, kind of like identifying the big fella Walker against that zone defense for Vandy.
The backboard's still shaking when 11 attacks. He's got 8 points tonight. We need the jam cam on that to see when it finally settles down. Yeah, the overtime win, the win at Kentucky that you just referenced. They had Kentucky on the ropes in Gainesville, too. They had an 8-point lead late as UK came back. So it's a team that is starting to find its groove at the right point of the season. Good look inside. Roberts was swatted down hard and a late whistle. And the infraction called. Oh, J.Q. Roberts, Jaquelin trying to make a statement here. And Carr, that's a lot of ball. That's a lot of ball. Wow. That's a lot of ball.
You could make the argument that
I was going lower body.
Hit the forearm.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. So if you look at Tennessee, you know, they've at Missouri, host Texas A&M, the big battle with Auburn, home. And then they still got Bama, South Carolina, Kentucky. It's going to be one heck of a finish for Tennessee. And you're talking about, you know, obviously Missouri struggling now, but on the road at Missouri.
Block of the lob. Brought it down and was fouled. Roberts snuck in from behind. For a moment, it felt like the lid was going to blow off this Food City Center. The crowd was on its feet thinking that Awaka was going to slam another one down. Instead, he collected it, went back up. I mentioned Cameron Carr. It is great to see him on the floor tonight. This is his 11th appearance for 43 and white. One more free throw for Awaka. There he is.
And he's extremely talented, right? Except like the depth, right? So for him, practice is critical. Minutes in games like this, critical to get these game minutes against an SEC opponent.
He'd be a guy that, you know, helps you out down the stretch in Nashville in the big dance, gives you some spot minutes.
That's it. And he comes back, you know, next season with some good game minutes under his belt, learning from players like Josiah Jordan James and Vescovi. I mean, that's so valuable. We talked about the improvement of Jonas Aidoo.
Taylor, no. Vescovi the rebound. He's got a full head of steam. Ball's in transition. Shaq. That shot blocked. And Carr climbing the ladder. The foul was already called. Rivera Torres likely to shoot 2 after that sequence.
What was so impressive, you know, there's Cameron Carr, and they, you know, at practice, they're going at each other. But after practice, every coach is working with guys on different things. And that's the most impressive thing. I saw Coach Rick Barnes work with Jemai Meshack on his shot for about 25 minutes after practice.
It's a long time.
He takes out his cell phone, videotapes Meshack. He's trying to get him to understand how to start the shot on the balls of your feet, how to turn your shoulder, turn your body, not to have your shoulder square to the rim or the backboard, but turn. So very detailed, and this still, you know, that's what I think the program guys know. Maybe I'm not going to play as much or get as many shots as other places, but they're up front, they're honest, and you're going to develop and become a better player.
First time in the half we've seen Freddie Dillon. He's on the floor. first 20 minutes, his 13th appearance of the season. Here's Carr, consensus top 65 recruit. Reaching the bloodlines, his dad finished second in the dunk contest at Kobe back in '97, I believe it was. Really on the floater. Is the dunk contest still kind of what it was back then? '90s, it was a big deal.
Big deal in the '90s. Big deal in the '90s. '80s, Jordan, Dominique, Spud Webb in Dallas.
It's like, people forget Kenny Smith and the Kenny the Jet dunk he had where he bounced it. He's standing at the free throw line looking the other way, bounced it between his legs off the backboard, turns and caught it, one motion and dunked. I think he finished second one year.
Kenny the Jet's got some springs too.
That's right. Isaiah West with 3 personal fouls back on the floor. The crossover against Carr. Unable to spring free. Bought a little bit of time outside to Taylor. That's a triple. 3 bodies hit the floor, including Awaka. Also Wes and Rivera Torres at the same time.
There's a lot of contact there in that particular defensive possession for Tennessee. A little bit too much overhelp. I felt like Cameron Carr had Isaiah West in a tough position on his own. No need to come off Evan Taylor, who's been shooting the ball really well as of late.
Everybody appears to be okay. That was like dominoes for a moment in the paint. Nawaka with a couple of deep breaths up under his own power. And that's the kind of sequence that can get a lot of guys hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, it's a contact sport, and you know, I've got multiple elbows and knees to the face to prove it.
73-37.
A couple of fake teeth.
You got fake teeth in there?
I got them knocked out.
That's painful. Carr for 3. Meshack the offensive rebound. Tried to dunk it. And here's Taylor. Splash that one home in front of Gainey. Taylor with 6. 73-40. An 8-0 run now for Vanderbilt in about 90 seconds.
Yeah, from the three-point line's been kind for Evan Taylor.
Here's a steal. Rivera Torres, 1-on-2. Take it anyway and bury it.
And every time I've seen Vandy's games, Rivera Torres has been really good. Active hands, a lot of deflections.
Gainey, Adu clears outside to Carr and a 3. And a season high 13 3-pointers for Tennessee tonight.
I see that. Carr gives you the rim protection on one end, step back and make threes on the other end.
Ball's at 51 in the first half. Torres down to his knees, kept his dribble alive. Over to Roberts. Operating and rejected. Adu. He tried to do his best Bart Lennox impersonation and signal it the other way. Veteran officiating crew said, not tonight. For Adu.
The young fella with the smooth jump shot. Cameron Carr, good offensive rebound. Another second chance opportunity for Tennessee. Up 76-42.
Old Trapper beefs. One-upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting. Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan. I'm their
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
SEC men's basketball all season long on SEC Network.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats.
To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Choose the VPN recommended by Forbes Advisor. Get the deal now. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Go to DealDash.com and see how much you can save.
Hungry Root is here. I'm gonna open the box, and my refrigerator is packed.
College game day, one of the best environments in all of college hoops. Give me this energy. We love it here. These fans have set the standard for college game day.
College Game Day live from Columbia, Sunday at noon on ABC.
Palmetto State, the place to be tomorrow. Gamecocks #1 and undefeated against Georgia. Back here in Knoxville, Tennessee, our producer tonight, Stacia Patterson, our director, Carter Mills. I am merely Roy Philpott alongside of the shooter, Pat Bradley. 34-point advantage. Veritoros was blocked by Adu in a shot clock violation. We'll put that on the defensive highlight reel in the locker room coming up this week. They'll watch film tomorrow, and numeral 0 giving you all that effort. And the blocks coming even with the outcome already decided tonight. Or on the bounce pass, Aaron Gainey hit the deck. And a foul was called on West, so that's going to be his 4th.
You like to see Gainey, who's played really well. Obviously known for his scoring, shooting, but he's got time at the point guard position. Like to see him knock down a couple of shots too in this game.
First team all Big South and USC Upstate. It's a year ago. Adu on the spin. Really on. Well, it came down hard, appears to be fine. #1 up quickly with 7:19 to go.
And it is important, like these guys that don't get a lot of minutes, they want to send the message to the coaching staff, to Coach Barnes, that they're not playing the score, right? They're going out there and they're trying to get better, but they're trying to prove themselves.
Like this, Dillion chasing all the way down the court.
I thought he was going to go for it.
Thought he was too. I think that was a wise decision though. There's a couple of camera guys down there. It would not have been a pleasant connection. There's 7 minutes to go.
Another good job, defensive job, to stay in front, force a tough shot.
You can see his potential, right?
Oh,
Rivera
no
Torres,
doubt.
he can light it up.
Well, the thing is, too, he's not afraid, right? He's a very confident offensive player. And the improvement, like a lot of freshmen, will come on the defensive end. But you like him because he's got a really good pull-up, especially that mid-range.
Carr, an offensive foul. Roberts still on the floor.
That was an aggressive.
He had bad
downhill
intentions
attack.
here, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, good call. Now he paid the price for it. Roberts paid the price for it. Look at it, how fun this is, though, right? You've got freshman on freshman. Roberts, freshman. Jordan Williams, Rivera Torres, Cameron Carr.
Lane comes in. Roberts goes out for Vanderbilt.
Freshman.
35, hold your spot. Don't move. Go.
Vanderbilt has not led in this game. It was an early onslaught. Tennessee from behind the three-point arc. Dalton Connect has been on the bench for the last 4 minutes.
You know, you mentioned about Coach Barnes and you know, maybe how it was back in the day. We had a laugh about that with him today. Transition opportunity here for Tennessee. A little out of control.
Head to Isaiah West. And at the rim, they'll count the basket. Goaltending gives Isaiah West 2 points. Well, I simply notice, and I mentioned this to our producer earlier in the week, Rick Barnes this year, he's out on the court. He's got his hands in his pockets a lot more. And I made the comment to our crew pregame. I just wonder if he's just calmer because his team is so good.
Right.
Ranked in the top 10. The defense is there. The offense has been better. Carr with an opening. He'll splash home his second three.
Just taking what the defense gives you.
So Carr under 20% from behind the three-point arc this year. Now with 2 threes here in the second. Carter laying a step back.
But the reference is, can you coach guys as hard today as you did 20 years ago? And Coach Barnes is going to continue to do that. And as a matter of fact, he says, usually you hear it from the parents. And so he wants to get to know the parents of the guys he recruits. And he invites them to practice. He says, your son's not playing. You want to come see why he's not playing?
I love that.
I'll send you video. Come on, come in. He's got open practice. Anybody can come in and watch.
Well, with the hands in the pockets, I said, Coach, are you just more relaxed? And he is, I think, calmer. Now 9 years in Knoxville. But he said, no, it just helps me remember what's important in my life. And he pulled out of his pocket, there was a cross.
Yeah.
And, his desire to do the right thing. And I think he has certainly become a different man later in life. He would tell you that story. It just reminds him of what's important. And I think he has great perspective. And 69 years old, and this team this year feels like they're going to have a chance. Likes their potential, and he told us too. Still got to get better. Dillion, no. Phillips on the offensive glass and a fresh 20. Adu. He's fouled hard and appears to be okay. Wow. Boy, we have seen some tough tumbles tonight.
By the sound of that was a rough fall. Yeah, and you could see there, Carter Lang knew what was coming. And he knew that's why he tried to backpedal. If he didn't, Jonas Adu would have been hanging on that rim after he dunked it.
Jonas had 23 and 12 in that win against Arkansas. Convincing victory at 92-63. He's got 3 blocks tonight, so almost twice his season average. Carr got it back. Adu gets another touch and a dunk. 11 on the board for numeral 0.
You talk about his improvement to where he is now. Legit throw it to him on the post, commands a double team. He's good enough. He can pass out of that double team, or he can score on his man, right-handed, left-handed. He's got the athleticism.
Williams high off the glass. Laying on the putback, no. Under 5 minutes here in Knoxville.
That guy right there, Jemai Meshack, you win championships with guys like him, right? He takes the challenge of defense. Versatile, guards a big man or a post man. I mean, excuse me, a guard or a post. But he's played point guard this year when Zakai Ziegler was out. He does all of those little things: rebounds, block shots, and offensively, I told you that the work that he put in. Even yesterday with practice, extra time. Over an hour after practice, just working on that shot.
That was called on Graham Colton. That's his first. So both teams now going deeper into their respective benches. Tennessee in the bonus, Vanderbilt in the double bonus. All of that of little consequence at this late moment tonight. Phillips, a freshman from Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Just making sure that you got the memo.
The other one, the home of Patrick Young, Jacksonville, Florida.
Good to see PY in the studio tonight. Listen to the guys talk about the events of today that come back by LSU. Dillion, yes! That arm fully extended. That was poetry in motion.
Got some young high flyers.
Freddie taking off. 7-0 run for Vanderbilt, or excuse me, for Tennessee after Vandy's 10-0 burst. Presley, no. And a timeout called will get us to the under 4 media timeout. Check it out.
De Leon. One in white is a high flyer. It'll be fun to watch for a while.
Everybody come for the fresh and fruity. Only at IHOP, it's Rudy Tooty. Mix and match like a little combo cutie. Happening now at the big extravagoody.
The Rudy Tooty Extravaganza starting at $7. Create your own combo with eggs and bacon. Only at IHOP.
I can't see you.
Hi, I'm Bradley Cooper.
Everyone is auditioning to get T-Mobile Magenta status.
With Magenta status, there's no need to fill up.
When you drop off your car,
$1. I like to juggle.
Hey, that's good, Brad.
I'm a really good whistler.
Get a special rate on your Hill Kids Day.
I can cry on cue.
no need to audition. Introducing Magenta status. Premium benefits from brands you love. I'm willing to work alone. What?
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling straight to your door.
Come on, little mama, I know you want, so what you gonna do? Got a brand new swagger for you.
Okay, good. Nailed that fit.
Got a brand new swagger for you. Step in, step out, show what you're wearing. Got a brand new swagger for you.
Stitch Fix. Style you can feel.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
That is must-see TV.
Give her the ball.
Are you kidding me? And it's a tie game.
He dreamed it. I can't believe what I am witnessing.
The streak lives. He's in for the win.
Now the tournament will be here before you know it. And check out the Chancellor, Donde Plowman. Chancellor since 2019 here in Knoxville. Can I get a little swag surfing? Can I get a little dancing, a little celebrating here inside of the Food City Center? The answer is yes. And Donde having a great time with some Tennessee students, the Rocky Top Rowdies. As we take a look at our All-State Mayhem moment tonight. And moments ago, Jonas A2 getting it done in a variety of different ways.
Well, we've seen it. Obviously, we know the athleticism that he shows right there, but you can't throw it to him on the block. He's a dependable scorer down there, and he protects the rim. He goes after everything, blocks shots. This has been one of the great stories to watch him develop.
Pat Bradley, Roy Philpott, so glad you could join us tonight. And if you're a fan of the Vols, you got to be pleased with what you have seen. Manageable game coming up midweek against Mizzou, and obviously they're going to be a heavy favorite there even on the road. But then you got after Mizzou, you're looking at, looks a little different. 5 NCAA tournament teams. Tennessee, Auburn, at Alabama, at South Carolina, Kentucky to wrap up the regular season, Shooter.
That could be for it all in the SEC.
Keith comes up short. Shaq tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Vanderbilt.
And obviously the way things are right now, that they play the two top SEC teams. 10-2 Alabama, 9-3 Auburn right now, but Auburn's on the ropes right now.
I mean, it's a 12-point lead by Big Blue Nation in the jungle. 45-33 the last time we checked. That's a 3, and it goes down for Carlton. Graham Carlton off the bench. And tonight for UT, you got 5 in double figures. Dalton Connect hasn't been on the floor in about 20 minutes of real time. Ziegler with 14. Josiah James at A2. Vescovy also notching more than 11 points. Kind of a surgical performance for Tennessee protecting its home floor.
In their assist numbers, it's just 27 assists. I mean, that's just off the charts for team assists for Tennessee.
Carr was trying for his third 3.5. Too strong. Ooh. And an offensive foul. Graham Carlton rather. Guilty party, picks up his second personal.
The floor sweeper guy's been very busy today. We've had multiple guys hit the deck.
For a 35-point lead The physicality has been off the charts,
It
right?
has. Well, both of these coaches, I think, teach that and understand the importance of being physical. They always have. Coach Stack's teams, extremely physical, of course. Coach Rick Barnes' teams. So both guys coach that way.
Carr taking advantage. It's a pick and roll with Coyd, and Carr launching. He has not been bashful getting these critical minutes. 2 of 5 from the floor, and both of those makes behind the three-point arc. Approaching 2 to go. If Kentucky were to hold on at Auburn, would that signal something towards the end of this regular season?
Well, I think it probably answers more questions for Kentucky and really what their ceiling is, right? We hear Coach Cal talk about it all the time, almost every press conference. You haven't seen the best of us yet. You haven't seen the best of us yet. We're going to peak in March. And so I think that would do more for what Kentucky and the impression everybody has for them.
Meshack. A well-served round of applause.
And Coach Stackhouse talked to us about Isaiah West and this morning and loves him. Very dependable player. Another guy that you can have run your offense for you, give Ezra Munyon a break.
Hurst on the floor, he'll get a touch, 23 in white.
He's gonna shoot it.
He's gotta take advantage. Carr the runner, he's got 8. 88-52.
What's impressive about Carr is you just see his length and athleticism and his soft touch. He can get off just about any shot out there.
Air ball from deep. That was Keep that was off the mark.
Now, that's one thing people talk about scores. That's what's so impressive about Steph Curry is his ability to create space and get off all those shots. You know, there's just some limitations that players can't even get themselves open to be able to put up those kind of numbers.
One more free throw for Graham Colton. Would also throw Caitlin Clark in that mix too. How she's able to create separation when you know a shot's coming. When she steps back another 5 feet somewhere deep in the logo, and you think it's going in when she releases it.
And that's it. You see that with Cameron Carr.
So the ups, the crossover, that was sick, but mid-range wasn't there.
Wasn't there, but it was. You can see what he's got. And when my Coach Barnes is really talking, it's up to him how good he wants to be.
Colton was fouled on the 3 by Phillips. Very calm Rick Barnes down on the bench. He's not concerned about that moment.
No, but you know, when they're putting together clips of this game for Phillips, that one's going to be on it. Got to clean that up, young man.
They'll have a film session tomorrow, and Coach Barnes did indicate, you mentioned this too, it's important this time of year that guys get rest, that you dial it down when you have that opportunity, because you can get worn out mid-February in the grind of conference play.
I always say this, there's the physical fatigue you get, but there's also the mental fatigue because of the travel. So, you know, they're flipping around and they got to hit the road again on Monday, right? So there's all kinds of ways that coaches are trying to keep their guys fresh. And here they go to Missouri Monday, so for that game on Tuesday. But it's amazing going back to breaking down the game. These guys will go basically by the time they're out of the, back in their dorm room, they'll already have maybe an email or some clips that the coaching staff has clipped out so they can watch them. Well, they'll come in and watch film tomorrow, actually, so they might wait and watch it in the morning. But the technology and how they do it these days is much different. And back in, we used to roll out the VHS with the huge television.
Lane comes up short. Hurst the rebound. You said it really old with that commentary.
VCR, VH, Beta, whatever.
Big win for Tennessee. Number 8 holding serve at home. Never challenged against Vanderbilt. It's a 13-point game in Nashville 3 weeks ago. Totally different story tonight. 88-53, the final. Two good friends in Rick Barnes and Jerry Stackhouse exchanging pleasantries midcourt. And the Vols pick up win number 9 in the SEC, and now 12-1 at home this year. Quite impressive.
It really was. How they shared the basketball, how they defended. You know, I think that's important too. You got to see multiple guys get some good minutes in the SEC. That doesn't happen often.
Vols head back on the road at Mizzou Tuesday. Vanderbilt will get Georgia in Nashville on Wednesday. For Pat Bradley, I'm Roy Philpott. We tell you good night from Knoxville. We get you back to the SEC Now crew with Peter Burns and company.